All right, we're going.
Yee.
Hello.
So
What up?
Genie is in Vegas right now, right?
It's always it's
Switch
always
places. He's the one
I
traveling now.
realized it's rare
home.
when we're all home at the same time.
You got that beautiful setup, and now we're listening to AirPod mics.
I know.
We're gonna try and keep this
Better
one
than that.
to an hour.
Better
Because
than the Galaxy Buds like my roommates have.
that's
Anyway,
true.
sorry.
I spent like all afternoon fucking with my computer because I tried to
Just had to
clone.
update to Windows 11.
I updated to Windows 11 and then went to clone my boot drive, which was on a 500 gig SSD, over to a 2 terabyte because, of course, I want to use that extra storage that I have. And something to do with Windows 11 caused it to corrupt it. And so my brother-in-law created he just started a new Windows OS on the 2 terabyte and then literally manually dragged all the files over, but that still means I had to reinstall all the apps. I'm still installing apps. I'm still logging into everything. Some apps freak out because it's using files from a different Windows profile, and so it needs me to give permission. And so that's been a pain in the ass. I literally was struggling to download Fortnite because Epic Games Launcher wouldn't work. So I fixed it.
Epic's like, nope.
Could be a blessing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but I ended up just. I'm not gonna lift it up, but I plugged in my full size Go XLR. That's all set up, so that's what I'm using now. No more Go XLR Mini, and damn, baby, this thing's nice. It's way nicer. I realized that the Mini is literally they took the left half, which is the smaller half of it, and just made it its own thing. So I got a whole nother half panel of gadgets and stuff. So that's cool. Yeah, I managed to get it to work so we can still do the podcast. I apologize, guys, for it being much later than we were going to do it.
No
It's all
worries.
good. Nothing but time.
So, anybody got any big news? Anything going on that we haven't talked about that you can say on the podcast? I don't want somebody to be talking about anything they shouldn't, but. Well, I mean, Genie, I don't know if you want to talk about relationship stuff.
Sure. It's not crazy. Well, yeah, it's big news. I had a very nice reconnection with my ex over Halloween. That was one of those things where I kind of just went on a limb and I called her and I asked her to dinner, and we had been talking here and there, but as friends and kind of with a lot of subtext there. But I'd asked her to dinner, take her to a nice dinner, and it was just one of those once in a lifetime moments where you're wow, this is a very, I don't know, I just needed it, and I feel like a reawakened happy person because I was in a bad place. A lot of people that knew me personally and shit just kind of knew the history we had was oh shit, I don't know, I feel like everything I had done was in an attempt to cover up what was the single most biggest problem, which was we broke up and we didn't have closure. So
who broke up with who?
So what he's trying to say is he got his ball and chain back.
He got his ball and chain back?
No.
I'm just kidding.
I know the girl. It's funny because when I finished Last of Us 2, that the girl that broke up with me on the day that I finished Last of Us 2, that's the girl.
Oh no!
So, it's a double whammy playing that game and then heartbroken again. Oof.
I don't know, man. It's we got back together and suddenly I realized Last of Us 2 kind of sucks.
What?
But I was
about to say, I was bro, you hyped that game up so much, and then now you're just gonna say it's
one of the best games. Shit.
I still haven't played it. But I guess we're starting deep.
I gotta
then
finish it
with Genie's love life over here.
Yeah,
this ball and chain back.
No, it was very beautiful. It was very very necessary, very needed, and I just feel like I can do basic things again. You know what I mean? I can just like be creative. I can be productive, and I can like not be a bum. And I sound crazy, but yeah, it's just it was a lot. It was a lot.
What if she sees this and she's just like, oh hell no, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Gotta go. Too serious for me.
If that's the case, then I will
rethink your priorities.
Yes.
Wait, you took her to dinner. I'm picturing Red Lobster.
Well, here's the thing. She's pescatarian. And so, of course, I thought Red Lobster the perfect place. That's like when
the cheddar
fish?
biscuits.
That's when you don't eat meat, but like you eat fish.
Right.
And so I was like, I was like,
so Red Lobster's the perfect place.
Red Lobster, yeah, but she would have like completely. I couldn't have. I went to it was so I call her at like we talked on the phone at 11 o'clock at night on Thursday night, and she was like, okay. It turned into an hour-long conversation because like the first 5 minutes I asked her to dinner, and then we just talked and talked and talked. And then she's like, okay, when are we going to do this? And I was like, we can do it next week. And she's like, that's too long. Like that's too much like suspense. And I was like, okay, tomorrow then. And it was like, oh, fine, we'll do tomorrow. And at 3 a.m, I make a reservation. I text her like at 3:30 in the morning. I was like, okay, we're going to Avra in Los Angeles, which is like very nice.
Sounds fancy just by the name, yeah.
Like the nicest seafood place. And I was just low-key trying to flex, but I was like, so here's what I did. I texted her that place. She texted me in the morning. No, we're not doing that. That's way too much. I appreciate the gesture, but that's way too ridiculous.
Too
so I was like,
fancy.
okay. So instead of a place with like, $50 meals, I was like, okay, let's go for the 30 to 40. Just whatever. You know what I mean? I still wanted to be nice. And I make the reservation, and this is really awkward. So I make the reservation, and on Yelp, you can put like special requests.
Yeah.
And so I said, I need a table that is private and quiet. Think Spider-Man 3, Mary Jane Watson, and Peter Parker in the French restaurant.
You put that on there, dude? Oh my God.
So I pull up to the restaurant with her. Next to her, I'm at the host. I'm like, hi, I had the reservation for Ben Escobar for 2.
Oh, you're that Spider-Man
like,
motherfucker.
She's like, oh, you wanted a place that was quiet and private, and I see. Okay.
Didn't read the rest. Just like, oh, I got you.
She's like, I don't want to embarrass this guy in front of his lady
she already said, yeah, she already said like very awkwardly, like, oh, you wanted someplace private and quiet. It was like, okay, don't say that. Thank you. You're supposed to just take the hint. But like,
right.
It was fun.
Announce
it was just, yeah, it was funny. It was dumb. I'm not going to do that ever again, though. I was just feeling like kind of like
spontaneous.
Too cool for school. Yeah, it was so spontaneous. When I wrote the reservation, I was like, that was stupid. I shouldn't do that.
Well,
funny,
I went to Texas for Halloween, and we did Halloween and Thanksgiving, basically like in the same weekend. So we did Halloween on Halloween, and then the next day we did like Thanksgiving dinner. So that was cool. I was gonna go to Arizona for Thanksgiving, but dude, the driving was the worst, man. I don't know if you guys have been doing any driving recently, like long distance travel, but
I drove to Vegas.
Dude, I don't know about how it is over there, but it's like well, I would fly if it wasn't like a reasonable, driving distance. It was like a 7-hour drive, so I mean, it's like
too long for me.
Okay, but plane tickets
anything
right
over
now?
5 hours anymore? I'm just like, nah, I'm out.
This was a spontaneous trip. Have you looked at plane ticket prices right now? They are shooting up.
No.
It costs like $1,000 to fly.
Jesus.
To the 3 of us instead of just like, $200 of gas money and like
Texas?
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's not worth $1,000 to fly. Like, no.
They have a shortage of pilots and shit, so there's a lot less flights.
Oh.
shortage of pilots. Oh my god, there's a shortage of fucking everything.
Flight attendants. Literally nobody wants to go the fuck back to work, dude. It's insane.
This is what I'm trying to figure out. How does everybody get to like get out of working? Like, how do they survive when you can't even claim COVID as an unemployment reason anymore?
I don't know, man. They must have like saved some money and like they're just, I don't know. People are like fucking with money online or something.
Wild.
I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna have to raise like the minimum wage to get people to go back, and like that's a temporary solution though. You know what I mean? Because like this is gonna cause like inflation and everything to go up.
Well, I guess people with kids and shit are getting benefits still too, like monthly benefits, like paid out.
I think that expired in like September, man.
I don't think so.
I mean, there might be like state and like different state programs, but I know like federally, like they stopped that shit in September because they're like people need to go back to work.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't know. Shit's wild.
It's nuts, man. But what I was getting at is there is like 10 times the amount of semi trucks right now that I've ever seen in my entire life on the highway, freeway, whatever it's called. Like we literally almost got into like a crazy wreck because this semi truck driver decided to try and go around another semi truck while we were next to him. Like he literally like ran us off the road.
No.
And then when I like flew past him honking my horn, he just went like this, like, what did I do? And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. I swear they're all like brand new drivers.
Probably are.
Yeah, because they're like what happened was everybody. So COVID caused there to be a short in like supplies, right? So then there was just a lot less goods. People were not spending their money on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now everything's opening back up, but nobody wants to go back to work. So there's a shortage of like the freaking crane operators that move the boxes, and then there's a shortage on drivers. But meanwhile, while they've been trying to hire all these people to do those jobs, the amount of cargo ships and cargo containers, all that stuff had just been piling up. So there's all this stuff that needs to be moved, including everybody's Christmas presents that literally is like not gonna get moved in time because there's a shortage of people to do it all.
Yeah, shortages are nuts.
It's a shit show, man.
Going back to the airplane flights and all that shit, I'm looking at because I needed to still book mine for Cleveland to go up for MGK's concert. He does like a Christmas show in Cleveland, which is obviously where he's from.
Yeah.
Looking at about anywhere from $315 at the lowest, one just to get to Cleveland.
Jesus, bro, and that's for one person.
Almost 400, and that's Delta
for one
which
person.
Is who I fly through all the time. Yep, and then let's see. I'll just pick one and then see what like my way back is.
What do you guys use to find it? You guys do Google Flights?
I have the Delta app that I use it for everything.
My wife uses some like third-party stuff to find like the cheapest stuff. You know, I don't know. She handles all that, but she'll be like, I just pulled up this app and like this is how much they are, but if I use this, it like takes $100 off each ticket, and it's still like $1,100 to fly to Texas in December. Just like, dude. So combined with us having to pay that much for plane tickets, and then like the fact that like we almost died just trying to do this drive, we decided not to go to Arizona for Thanksgiving. Just not this year, man. A mess. So we'll see.
I just picked random flights, and my whole round trip would be about $400. But that's not me picking the flights that need to accommodate me for like my time frame. So
yeah, for us to go to Texas for like five or 6 days, and like right around Christmas time. I think it's like we leave on like the 23rd and come back like the 28th. It ended up being like $1,100 or something like that for all three of us.
Wow.
And that was literally like the best deal we could find. I think it ended up being American Airlines. So it's not
Genie,
bad.
I need a raise. I'm just kidding.
Fuck, man. So do I.
I'm kidding. I know. No, I'm just going to go and grind. I was thinking about doing DoorDash and shit just to like get extra funds to do like all the shit that I got to do and pay for like presents and shit. So
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get her done because I never missed that show. But what sucks also at the same time is like none of us have tickets for it. There's like one of us out of our group of 10 that have a ticket to that show. So like when those tickets went on sale, we think it wasn't ever sold at full capacity because it's at Rocket Mortgage Stadium, which is where the Cavaliers play, Cleveland Cavaliers.
Right.
So it's like it holds probably like with a stage, they cut off the back portion of the stadium, but it still hold at least probably over 20,000 people. And normally he has sold out and has almost sold out. Granted, he's gotten way bigger than the previous years of doing Double Xmas, which is the Christmas show. I just don't see him selling out 20,000 in Cleveland during Christmas time. So we think that they sold it at 25% capacity, which is what the website said they were doing, even for the Cavaliers games. But then Jake Paul had his fight there back in August, and that was at full capacity. So now we're like, okay, so are they going to release more tickets or what? Because like there's scalpers on there trying to get almost $1,000 for a ticket, like a pit ticket.
Yep.
To those shows. And we're like, dude, nobody's going to pay that. Literally no one is going to pay $1,000 to go to a Machine Gun Kelly show that we've all been going to shows for since we were like,
why did my camera just go out?
They were like $100 and something bucks or less. They were like 80. Shit, I think I've went to shows for $20 before for Kells. But still, trying to get tickets is a pain in the ass right now for that show. So on top of that, plus travel, plus our hotel, it's like that's getting to be a lot of money. But it's like our Christmas together as friends. It's like right before Christmas time, we all get to hang out in Cleveland.
I gotta restart OBS because my camera just shut off and I don't know why.
Fuck. Did it overheat?
No, it's not hot. It hasn't even been on that long. All right, we're going again. Sorry about that. I'm having all kinds of issues with my PC now, man. It's not good. No bueno.
Bueno.
My sister's pregnant.
I
heard. Congrats.
Yeah. I'll be an uncle.
There we go. Now I can see it.
That's so awesome.
Wait, maybe not. Hold on.
Uh-oh, now Kyle's having issues.
No, there we go. Now your shit's fucking up everything for all of us. I'm just kidding.
My internet fucking up?
No, we're good now. No, it wasn't showing that your camera like came back on for me. But now, I mean, now it is. You're good now, but
it looks blurry for me. Does it look blurry for you guys?
Not
as clear as it was. Okay, there we go. It's fixed. That was weird. Whatever. Anyways,
you're gonna be an uncle.
Yeah, I'll get to meet my niece in April.
Oh boy.
Easter. She might be born around my birthday, which is kind of funny. So we'll see.
That's so cool.
Hell yeah.
We also revealed that little man's name is Theo.
Yes.
Because he's he's growing like a weed, and like, dude, legit, his voice is different. Like one day, all of a sudden, his voice just sounded different. Like it like went up an octave. Super weird. Like he doesn't have a baby voice anymore.
Uh-oh.
It's weird, man. This is the type of stuff that you don't notice unless you're a parent, you know?
Yeah.
Weird. But like that, when that happened, and then like the fact that like no more car seat soon, because like he's like a pound away from being big enough to like to use one of those like little high chairs instead of like an actual full on car seat. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how much longer calling him little man is gonna like make sense, you know?
Yeah.
So
right.
And I just felt weird calling him that still, so I was like, I think it's time to go ahead and reveal it. And he's definitely like picking up on like stranger danger and stuff. So I was like, you know, I think it's
good.
Time. So I did that short film, and that's how I revealed it. And then
I know.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
People thought it was just
so
like
happy that.
Yeah, it did well. It did well.
Thought it was a character.
Yeah, they thought it was just like a character. And it's at
I can see that.
1.3 million views right now.
Nice.
That's dope, dude.
Pretty good
That's so good
for a 2-minute short film.
I was happy to see that blow up. Like everyone being like,
Same.
"Did you catch that?" He said, "Wait a second, is little man's name Theo?"
There was only a few comments. There's only like literally like I went through like all 2,000 something comments. There's only like 2 or 3 negative comments that I saw. So
that's good.
Wow.
Keep it that way.
I don't like, you can never tell the age of the person, right?
No, of course
But, like,
not.
somebody was like trying to tell me that like the tension in my short film like was unnatural, and that instead of saying like one thing, I should have been like, "Whoa, how'd you do that, buddy?" And I'm like, "That's not natural at all, bro."
Okay, critique McGee, chill
no,
out.
no, I'm like, bro, you go make a short film and then we'll see how it turns
Right.
out. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna talk to you about
Jesus,
this.
dude. Oh my god. Like this shit's gonna be in a fucking award show or whatever, film show, you know, whatever they're called.
Somebody's like,
Jesus.
whenever somebody says like I can't act or something like that, I'm just like, all right, man, well, tag me in your little video and we'll see if you can do better.
Yeah, next time you release yours, let me know. Tag me in that shit for sure. I
Let me
want to
know,
see
man.
it.
I would love to see what you're talking about.
Always, it's always the people that never do any of the shit. They're never in the creator
don't say
space or anything. They have the most to say. It's like, bro, you've never done any of this. So,
I had another interesting encounter, and it ended up like I felt kind of bad. This person commented on one of my videos today and said, "I used to like you, but then I saw in your vlog you said that princesses were for little girls." And what I had said.
Oh Jesus!
Did you guys watch the last vlog? I don't know if it was the last one or the other one.
I didn't watch
So
full the last one. No, not yet.
So there was a moment where
for Epcot, right?
Yeah, I said something about Pixar and how I liked Pixar because my wife was like, "You're not a real Disney fan." I was like, "What are you talking about? I love the shit out of Pixar." And she's like, "That's not what I'm talking about." And I'm like, "Oh well, I'm sorry. Like." I'm not a little girl who likes all the Disney princess movies or something like that, so that just doesn't really like, it's not for me, you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I think of when I think of Disney. And so this person commented saying, I used to like you until you said Disney princesses were only for little girls. You're a sexist. And I was like, that's totally not what I wasn't taking a jab at anyone. Like that's definitely being taken out of context. And I said, and based off of the way you perceived it, I think you're the sexist. And I said, don't watch.
Absolutely.
I was like, don't watch me. Like, go watch someone else. And like, people were like, W comment, and like everybody was like shitting on him. And then he just like deleted the comment, privated his. It was Greg. I saw your name's Greg, you piece of shit.
Damn you, Greg.
And his name, okay, sexist. His TikTok name, his handle was Pecker Wrecker. Pecker Wrecker. Pecker Wrecker's telling me I'm a sexist.
His face.
What the fuck?
Oh man. Oh god.
And the profile picture was just like pissed off Chihuahua. Pecker Wrecker.
People pick the most random shit. Like people that don't do social media and stuff have like the most random ass usernames, random ass like pictures.
Like,
so weird.
I feel like
they
people
hide behind private accounts.
Just don't think before they like post some of that shit.
Not at all. Not at all. That's the problem with the internet. It's like it's free for all for people that it's literally everybody. It's a cesspool of everyone. It's like they get to do and say whatever they want with no real repercussions usually. And little keyboard warriors can get behind, because they're behind their screen in their little safe place.
Keyboard warriors, yeah, I love that term.
Because that's all it is.
Yeah,
they're just keyboard warriors. That's all it is. They can't do anything outside of being behind their computer screen with the keyboard. So
I released my.
Like, I laugh at half of this shit. I'm just like, whatever, dude.
I released a workout TikTok, right? I went over like a workout because they had asked about it.
Oh, dude, the people critiquing you, I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Let this dude work out with what he does is good for him, all right?
There was a couple of times in that video where like my brother-in-law's the one who recorded it, so me and him are like just joking around and like fucking around and stuff while we're doing this. Like we're getting a good workout in, like we're serious about it, but like we're just having fun. And like they're like 20-second clips of me like doing these exercises. Some of them there was like more than one, but like when I was doing like the rope push down, like towards the end, like I started like I like started making a funny face and like rolling my shoulders, but I'm still doing it. Like my triceps are hurting while I'm doing this. Like I'm getting a good workout.
They're trying to give you shit about your form.
And of course they're like, bro, your form, like you look like a gremlin. You look like you gotta go poop. All this stuff. I had people like telling me like to fix my form, Don't round your shoulders.
That's another thing with TikTok. I love how like you post something in a certain category, and all the fucking experts come out that are on TikTok. They're all like, "Oh man, all the gym. If you do something gym wise, all the gym gurus find your shit." All of a sudden, they're like, "That's not right." Just gotta give their 2 cents all the time.
I'm guilty of it in the past. Like, there's definitely been times where like I like definitely go overboard with trying to like research like the best thing to do, the best way to do things, you know. And there is like a million of these, I won't say a million, but like there's a couple hundred of these big like workout fitness influencers who all give their advice, and it's all different, man. Like nobody has like an answer. You can literally go watch one person's video and they'll give you the complete opposite advice that somebody else does. But there's a couple of people I've watched that like you could tell they're smart and like they don't give a fuck about like trying to make money by selling products and stuff, you know what I mean? Because a lot of them are just trying to sell products. And so like Greg Doucette, that guy, that's who I've gotten most of my advice from recently, or like more plates, more dates. That guy's really cool. But like there's all these other people and they're like, oh dude, you got to do your cardio like before, you got to do it after, like you should stop mid workout and do cardio. Like at the end of the day,
everybody always has a different answer for that shit too. When it comes to working in the cardio, nobody has a fucking actual answer. I swear for that.
There's all these gym myths
I've
too.
Heard everything different. My whole life, I've heard.
There's people
before, middle, after. Yeah. It's like, who the fuck knows? How about just do it?
At the end of the day, it's all about consistency. You know, it's like just do something consistently, and you'll see some results. But if you spend all this time trying to crack the code to the perfect workout program, you're gonna spend more time stressing about that than actually doing the damn workouts. Yeah,
exactly.
I don't have time to like go read a book about like the best way to do bench press. Just got time for that shit. If you got time for that,
what's natural.
If you got time to read a book about the best way to do the bench press, and you're not like somebody who's actually does fitness related stuff as a job, well, you're wasting your fucking time, dude.
Yep.
It's such 100%. A waste of time. But yeah, no, it was funny because there's people who are like that I fucked up by doing cardio after my workout because it messes with protein synthesis and stuff. I'm like, bro, shut up and drink your protein shake. It doesn't matter when you do anything.
My rule was always to start with cardio, so that way, like a little bit of cardio, and then get the blood flowing. Go do my workout, and then I do like another bit of cardio, like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah,
and then I'm done.
So when you're cutting, you're probably not getting as much carbs as you normally would, and carbs are what restore your glycogen stores, which is energy for your muscles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're trying to lose weight and you're already like lower on glycogen than you normally would be, going and doing cardio, like if you're trying to like build muscle at the same time, going and doing cardio first is going to deplete some of that glycogen that you would otherwise use to lift the weights. And so it's like, I'm trying to do both. I want to use the glycogen for the weights, not the cardio. So I do the cardio after, you know, but
I would always just like start out with just like 5 minutes walking on the treadmill.
What is wrong with my camera?
There he goes
again.
again.
What the hell happened?
I don't know, bro. It just shuts off. Let me make sure it's
Is it a battery in there?
There's a dummy battery in it.
Yeah, it's a dummy hooked up to the power supply. That could be shorting out.
Making sure everything's plugged in. Okay. I think the cable might have not been plugged in all the way. And so it was like randomly turning off. Because I was messing with the cables trying to set up the new Go XLR.
Yeah.
But we're back. I didn't have to end I didn't have to stop it again. But yeah, anyways, I'll probably do some more fitness related stuff later in the future, but that was definitely like a fun experiment. It was cool to see it get views though. Most of it was positive. There was definitely just some shitters in there who are like jealous.
I think you're just also at the point with like your fan base too. That's like people just watch because it's you. You know, they like you. So it's like whatever you want to post at this point. Yeah. Once you get to that point, I've seen it with creators time and time again. It's like once you get to a certain point, you can really make whatever you want. Yeah, some things are still going to do better than others, but like for the majority, a lot of people are still going to watch whatever you're doing because it's you. They like you. And they like the fam, if you have a fam that's in your videos and stuff, which you do. So,
well, I was watching Ludwig and Harris Heller, and they were talking about how they do their streams and their YouTube videos and stuff like that now, with the idea that they're going to take something from it and put it on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, whatever, Instagram Reels. And so I think I should start focusing, like when we do the podcast, when I'm streaming, when I'm making these G Fuel reviews, like I should have some kind of plan in mind for a like moment that's planned out to put it on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram. I think that'll help a lot, with like Genie's freaking out.
No, he's just telling somebody who's coming in. He's probably trying to tell him to just be quiet.
Be quiet. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna work on that. I was just talking to
my buddy AJ that does Twitch as well, and we're just trying to come up with times to like stream, but also time to make content. So like he was saying, like today's his big stream day, Wednesday, where it's like all he does is stream and like focuses on the stream. But then all the other days too, like he might mix in a stream here and there throughout the other days too now, but he's just trying to find time to like get content other places. Plus he has a whole fitness thing that he does. So he's like he's a gamer, but also he does a lot of fitness stuff, and he has a actual business. Like he's a personal trainer, I believe, and nutritionist, all that nutritionist and all that good stuff. So he needs to find time for like his actual business plus doing all this stuff. But at the same time, you got to make time if you're a creator for like TikToks, YouTube, all that stuff to push your content out there. Yeah, I think it's definitely better to prioritize content than it is to prioritize streams, because the content is what's going to feed your streams. So if you're streaming freaking 5-6 hours a day, 5-6 days a week like I was, there's a certain point where you're going to start to see diminishing returns, Yep, it's way too much. I'm actually curious to see what my stream's going to be like after this, because I'm going to go stream some Fortnite, and I haven't streamed in 5 days because of traveling, so. Right. I think it'll be all right. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I think people will be like, hey, you're back. They're probably going to be like coming in just to say, yo.
Yo. Yeah.
Know your son's name. Nah.
Yeah. On TikTok, like when I go live, they're always like, bring little man in here. And I'm just like, do you guys realize how weird that is? You're asking me to bring a child in here. Like, it doesn't matter how old you are. That's weird. Like, this isn't what that is. Like, this isn't like Nickelodeon. It's weird to an extent, but like people like that. It's like when you have a dog that's always in like shit. They're like, "Oh, bring in your dog." It's like people just like to see. But he's not a dog. He's a human being. I know, but like they might just want to be like, "Hey, yo, what's up?" It's not a circus animal that I bring in every time they want to see him. Right? And they always. I get it from your side too, bro. What in the fuck?
Oh my god!
I think your dummy battery is shorting out.
It might be.
I don't think those last forever.
It's like, what in the fuck? Sorry.
I have to order a new dummy battery then. All right. You guys see any new movies at all?
Dude, actually, yes. I wanted to talk to you guys, but I thought it was good. Hypnotic on Netflix. So basically, the idea is this girl went through like a traumatic experience and goes to this therapist that tries to use hypnosis on her. Well, then the hypnosis gets her trapped into like his scheme. And dude, it's actually pretty fucking good. I really enjoyed it. It's like a thriller, kind of horror-esque movie, and it's great. So, and it's the same one of the girls that's in The Haunting of Hill House and Haunting of Bly Manor, and she's in. Actually, I'm just gonna look up what her name is. And I think it just came out this year as well. Kate Siegel. She almost looks like Megan Fox, like maybe a slightly older version of Megan Fox, just slightly, because they are close to the same age.
We're gonna go see Eternals on Sunday, and I'm hearing Eternals. I'm very curious because they're saying that it's like the worst Marvel movie so far.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think it might actually be certified rotten on Rotten Tomatoes with like a
No
59%.
way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of people say it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie, and that's why they don't like it. Like it just feels too different out of left field.
like
a
indie or like
No,
kind of
like it just doesn't feel like a superhero movie. Like it just kind of feels like its own thing, you know. And they're like, how is this like supposed to fit in? It doesn't feel right.
I see.
It's just I wonder if maybe there's not enough action or something, you know, because they probably have to do a lot of like explanation and stuff for who the Eternals are. And there's like 6 or 7 of these characters that are in the Eternals or something, so they got to give them all, you know, some characterization. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna go into it with an open mind. I'm gonna go watch it on Sunday.
For sure.
See what I think.
Yeah.
I'll do a little TikTok review. Maybe
also,
if it's really
I will
bad.
be watching Dune, so we can talk about it next week.
Yes, dude, you gotta watch
I'll
it.
watch it.
Yeah.
I just now that I'm back home, I got some time to, you know, at night I can do some shit.
I'm gonna try
trying
and
to
watch
get on
it
a
again.
schedule again.
I'm gonna try and watch it again before then.
Yeah.
Have you seen it twice now or just once?
I started watching it again, but then I've just been so fucking busy, man. I watched.
I saw you.
Dude, I actually drank for the first time in a while when I went to go visit my sister and brother-in-law. I was like,
oh, nice.
I was like, yeah, let's go get some beers or whatever, you know. And so like we went and grabbed like some Miller Lite, and it was
Miller
like
Lite.
it was 50 cents more, right? 50 cents more for the 16-ounce cans, like a 12-pack, instead of the regular 12-ounce cans. So it was like, wait a minute, so it's like 3 extra beers for 50 cents. Like hell yeah. And we drank them all. we drank them all, and like we showed up at like 10 o'clock, and it was like almost 3 a.m, and we finally were like, all right, we should probably go to bed. But like, when I first laid down, I had the spins for a second, and then what the fuck is what's wrong with my camera?
It's got to be the dummy battery, is my guess.
Have you tried putting an actual
Or
battery?
shorten the cord.
The actual batteries don't last that long, man. They last like maybe 2 hours if they're fully charged.
Yeah. Damn, I lost you too, Genie. Damn it. It's
Wait,
like
really?
not when you guys like bring your cameras back, if you like go out or whatever, like I have to click this thing in the corner of your oh, now Danny's comes back fine. What the fuck?
Oh.
I'm gonna order a
Just
dummy
weird.
battery right after this.
Yeah.
To see if
I
that's the
would.
issue. They're really cheap too. They're like $10.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I thought about honestly just using one of those for when I record my G Fuel reviews, because I hate swapping out batteries, dude. It's fucking annoying.
Right. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot. Oh, I was about the drinking thing too. We had my buddy's wedding on Saturday, and they had bought all of us, like the groom's part, like the bridal party, top shelf stuff. So that way, not everybody was drinking top shelf, because obviously that gets really expensive.
Yeah.
So like, and they were on a budget, of course. So I was drinking vodka, which is like my go-to now, and they had Grey Goose, and it was like a half-gallon, big-ass bottle of Grey Goose.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty damn sure I was like one of the only ones drinking the Grey Goose. And I like at the end of the wedding, I realized like how much I drank, because I gotta grab the bottle, and I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, half of that's gone. Of a half gallon, not a fifth, a half gallon.
I drank,
and I wasn't even like fucked up at the end. I think it's just because I was running around so much and doing so much shit with the bridal party, and we paced ourselves from like the time we got there till the end of it. So it's like collectively was like 8-9 hours by the time it was over, and I drank that much in that time. So really I did pace myself out quite well. And they weren't like pouring like my usual drinks are like 3 shots, and like their drinks were actually like a shot each drink that every time I went up. So it's like I was actually pacing myself way more than like I'm used to.
I think my brother-in-law drank like one more, like, cause he had like a Yingling Light or something like that left over from last time he got beers. So he drank like 12 ounces more beer than me, I think. And he got sick. Like I'm glad we ran out of beers, cause like
sometimes you gotta know when to stop for sure. Cause then it's like literally one more drink or whatever can just set you over that edge of like feeling like shit.
When you haven't drank in a while, and you're like, you've been sitting in a car for 7.5 hours, and you're just like so over the day, you know? Like, I think we played Cards Against Humanity, and then we watched. We started watching Step Brothers, and everybody was like, we should probably go to sleep. It's like 3 a.m.
Well, yeah,
or 2:30 something.
Yeah, I think wedding night, we didn't all go to bed till like 5 or 6.
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
don't even
lit.
think we got back to my buddy Tyler's house till like 4 in the morning or so. It was wild. Because like once 11:30, somewhere around there hit, we had to break down the entire hall. So like we had to like get everything out of there because they rented out a VFW hall. So they had to like break everything down, and we had to get it all out, all the decorations, all that shit. So we loaded up. Everybody just like went to town doing the whole hall. And then we left and ended up going to. We tried to go to like somebody's after party, but that didn't work out. And then we ended up just meeting up with the bride and groom at their hotel room because they had like a big suite or whatever. So everybody just went and hung out there. So
Nice.
it was a long fucking night, though. Let me tell you. That's why Halloween day, like I really didn't do a whole lot because I'm just like, there's
Yeah.
way too
Genie,
much shit going on.
Genie, I saw your costume, bro.
You saw my costume? Yeah, I threw it together last second.
I could tell.
What'd you end up calling yourself?
Yeah.
Um,
Aren't they technically in the game that are delivery people or like
Death
that's their
Stranding, yeah.
premise? Yeah.
They're called porters in the game.
Orders. That's what.
But-
It's like Ozzy Osbourne if he was a porter.
I kind of just told everyone that I was pregnant because it was just one of those things that like everyone else is like. it was weird because I was at this party that was like just a stereotypical like college dumb party that was like very awkward and just dumb, but like everyone's like dressed up, and I would flock to others who are dressed up as video game characters. Like there was people who were like Mario, Bowser, and Luigi, and Wario. I'd be like, "Yo," and then they would know
My
I'm from
people.
Death Stranding. Yeah, and they'd be like, "Oh yes."
My people.
And then like these group of girls that were the chipmunks, which were just assholes. I thought. And they were like, "What is that? That's just weird. That's just like you can't even explain it. That's just weird."
You should have just
Like-
went full
I
psychopath.
think it's from
This
a
is your
video game.
baby.
You're not going to understand it anyway, probably. So
You should have went full
Yeah.
psychopath. This is your baby, or like
I
the
was like,
weird
well,
shit.
at least I don't look like Theodore for real.
Oh,
Just, yeah. I just
Yeah.
want to be like that, but nah, it was funny. There was a guy who was Borat, and he was very fun, and he was like the baby, and he kept like talking, like Borat does.
I
was
like.
fun, but yes, yeah, I like. Can I touch? Is it a boy or an abortion?
dude. Oh man, so I was just Wayne from Wayne's World, and then my wife was Garth.
You looked so
Oh, yeah.
fucking good. You nailed that. It was like, that is literally Wayne. That is ridiculous. How like it was uncanny, man.
Yeah, that was me like half-assing it though. Like I it was just a black t-shirt, blue jeans, the Wayne's World hat, and the wig that I've been using for like the last year. So
Oh my!
I got to step it up next year. Maybe I'll be like a G Fuel can or something. Put a little more effort.
Did you dress up, Kyle? Did you dress up?
yeah,
There
it
you
was
go,
Sam from Trick or Treat. The
Oh,
guy that has
sick.
like the sack over his head. But it's
Well,
like
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
Trick or Treat
It's,
about? Is it like a killer or something?
It's a fucking mix of all kinds of fuck shit. Like it's like there's
worth
like
watching, though?
probably 3 different stories mixed into one.
Oh, that's right.
And it's like, but it's like not divided. Like it just moves on from character to character. So it's like all one movie, but it's like, and then they all mix together eventually. Basically, one of the biggest ones is that there was a group of special needs kids that were being transported on a bus, and the driver, I guess all the parents, it's really fucked up. Like the parents came together and basically like, I don't know if they paid the driver. I can't exactly remember, but they like wanted him to drive off into like the lake or off a cliff or something like that. I think it was like a lake, and basically wanted them to like kill all their kids because they were just, I don't mean to laugh. That's fucked up. They're just like over being parents. So that's what they did. It's really fucked. I don't know why I laughed. I'm sorry. That's really fucked up. Easy, Logan Paul. Take it easy. Suicide Forest shit. Yeah, so it's really fucked up. But then that's like the main thing. That's where Sam comes from. Sam's one of the kids, and then he has his own little thing, like where he goes on his little killing spree or whatever. And then there's another part where they're watching this like serial killer guy who is like the principal of the school. And then there's another one where it's these 3 girls go off to this party and they end up they're like werewolves that were trying to lure guys to this party so they can have their like whatever shindig they do. It's just a mix of all kinds of fuck shit, but it all somewhat ties together kind of in a weird way. It's all just about Halloween and, that kind of shit.
Yeah. It's
good. It's really good.
I got 2 questions for you. One of them is for TikTok, and then this one I'm just curious. So I finished Matthew McConaughey's book finally. It took me forever, but I think I want to actually like set a goal for myself. Like I want to read like 10 pages a day at least or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more reading in done too.
Dude, I feel like it's so good for your brain, man. You're doing something that's like not only like depending on what you're reading, like expanding your vocabulary. It's good for like your imagination side of your brain because you have to like imagine what they're describing.
Oh yeah. That's why I love reading, because I always just like picture in my head as I'm going along, like how like I make my own scene in my head.
I feel like it's literally like the perfect thing to do before you go to bed, because then you're not staring at a screen, My wife
it depletes the screen time and your eyes with the whatever they call the blue light or whatever the hell it's called.
I've been trying to go to bed at like 10, right? So I can wake up at 6 and have like a full 8 hours of sleep. And my wife is so bad at going to bed around the same time. She'll be like, I can't sleep yet. She's like playing some bullshit game on her phone.
Yeah.
I'm like,
hard. If you don't do it too, it's difficult.
Yeah. But
I would like to go to bed earlier than I do, but man, I just feel like I'm such a night owl, and I just like but that's the thing too, is like I still get so much shit done.
I definitely feel better.
Thing, But I would like to get up earlier than I do for sure.
It's very easy to be like, oh, well, like I can do my work whenever I want. It doesn't matter, Like it definitely like the biggest driver for me doing
when you're
that
doing your
switch.
own thing,
Definitely the biggest driver was I got a family, and then, if I get a role, like they're not going to be, I mean, they will do night shoots too, but like they're not, most likely I'm going to have to be on set at an early time, and I don't want to be like half asleep because I'm staying up till 4 a.m. every night, because that's what it was turning into.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was gonna say like I read Matthew McConaughey's book Green Lights, which is him like going back through pretty much like all these diaries he wrote since he was like 17 or something like that, and he basically found all these moments that he thinks were key moments in his life that led to where he is now, and so like he'll call those green lights, but then there was like times where like something fucked up happened, or he did something that he shouldn't have, he did something stupid. And so those were like yellow or red lights. But the whole like, premise of it is that, even red and yellow lights eventually turn green. So like there's still something to learn from it. So it was really eye opening. Dude, he has gotta be the best example I can think of as like a moderate, somebody who's both liberal and like conservative in different aspects. Like
Interesting.
Yeah, he's like perfectly in the middle, but definitely comes off more as like a hippie, But like, it's very interesting because he's definitely like a religious guy and stuff. But he had like 3 kids with his wife before they got married. So like, there's just like a lot of things that I found interesting about him. And they're saying he might run for governor in Texas. So he was like leading in the polls. So that would be interesting if he did.
See that.
I'm curious to see how that would work out for him, because at the end of the book, it definitely seemed like he's at like kind of like a crossroads right now, where he doesn't know if he wants to try and take his acting to the next level or pursue something different while still doing his acting, because he says he'll always be an actor. But it was just really interesting, seeing him talk about how he basically started acting and how he got to where he is now and what he thinks he did right, what he thinks he did wrong, So I think it was a good book for me to read at the time that I did, and then now I would consider that more of like a like I still learned some shit. You know, it was interesting and everything like that. Like it wasn't all just you know, just fictional or something. So I feel like that was a good book to start with. But now I want to read a book that was written by this guy Basil Hoffman. He taught one last class and then passed away a few weeks later, and that last class he taught was mine. So but he wrote this book called Acting and How to Be Good at It. I want to read that, and then after that I think I'll read something that's more like a leisure read. Like I want to read the book that Tarantino wrote. It's like the novelization of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because that's like my favorite movie. So
Okay.
I'll probably read an acting book and then like a leisure book, and then, you know, like go back and forth.
Yeah.
But eventually I want to read Dune, is what I was going to get at. I want to read those books.
Yeah.
And there's like 6
reading
main
through,
books. So.
I'm reading through the Hunger Games right now, trying to get those done.
I assume those
Because
are
I
better
never
than the
did, and I
movies.
had like the collector's box, so I was like, I need to read these. So
I feel like the first Hunger Games movie was fine, and then like the second one was kind of like, I don't know, more of the same, but like some interesting like takes on stuff. And then and then like what was it, like Mockingjay or whatever, the last
Mockingjay Part 1 and 2.
part one, those sucked.
God,
Those
I
last two
haven't
sucked.
watched them yet, so I've seen the first 2 movies. I held back from watching Mockingjay 1 and 2 because I want to read the books. So, but there's
The book is
just
better.
honestly like the first, dude, like even the first book, there's so many like more major details that happen that they couldn't really do in the movies, because the movie would be like 4 fucking hours long. So I get it, but it's like, man, the amount of shit they can fit in a book, and then you see the movie, it's like, holy fuck, there's so many more details that could have been added. But you got to understand, from a movie perspective, you can only add so much shit. So they got all the main details to still do the book justice, but like there's a lot that the book,
Yeah.
you know, has.
I mean, that's why
compared
people
to
are
the movie.
praising this new Dune, because I started watching like the 1984 version of Dune that they, like, I think David Lynch made. And that's 2 hours and 12 minutes, and it's the whole first book. Whereas this movie was only half of the book, and it's 2 hours and 35 minutes. And so it's like, how the hell did they condense that, the whole thing?
Is Dune only one book?
There's several books, but this one's the first book. So this one's just Dune. And so like it kind of sets up the whole universe and stuff.
How many books are there? I think you cut out.
6, I think.
There's
6?
There's 6 main books, and then his son wrote more. Like he kind of expanded upon them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, everybody kind of agrees that like the original. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude! What is going on?
Struggle bus.
Bye.
Excuse me. You can get the whole collector's box of the books for $84 at Books A Million.
Oh, okay, we're good. But yeah, I definitely want to read those. My buddy who's in prison right now, he said he was reading them, and that he was really excited to see the movie. So,
wow, these were written in the written in the 60s.
They are considered like the first like science fiction epics, and like they influence so much stuff, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Jeez.
That's why I want to read it, because I'm like, so many stories basically like took things from this, you know. So it'd be interesting to see like the first story that like did a lot of it and how they did it. And see, we're I'm sure I'll definitely be like, that's just like this movie or this book, you know. I'm like, they totally ripped it off. But the last thing I wanted to ask, and I wanted to turn this into a TikTok, is what is the best Halloween candy? I'm a Reese's man myself.
Yeah, I love Reese's. Reese's is definitely up there. I do like Milky Ways a lot.
Milky Ways?
Milky Ways are fire. Don't even come at me with that
Are
shit.
Milky Ways dark chocolate? Or is there like a midnight Milky Way?
There's a milk, and then they have a midnight. Yep.
It's like milk chocolate.
And the dark chocolate ones are...
Bro,
So are dark chocolate Reese's.
Milky Ways are like a Snickers
No,
without peanuts.
Don't even.
And then they take
Nope.
like that nugget stuff from like a
Nope.
Three Musketeers. So it's like if
Nope.
it's like if a Three Musketeers and a Snickers had a baby.
Yeah, it makes it better.
No, it's like the worst parts of them.
No,
I don't know, man.
you're crazy.
I'm a simple man. I like Hershey's.
All right, peanut butter chocolate man, simple ass.
That's not the only candy I was going to talk about.
I'm just fucking with you. Giving me shit about my Milky Ways.
Genie cut out. I don't know what you said.
Yeah, it stuttered.
So, simple man. I like Hershey's and I like Twix.
Oh my god, really?
Twix.
Hershey's.
I like Kit Kat bars.
Kit Kats, yes, those are good. Skittles.
Bro, I guarantee. Okay, TikTok. We gotta know. Are Milky Ways a go or a no go?
Yo,
I'm going no go.
You guys better have my back on this one. That's all I know. Better have my fucking back.
People are gonna stitch this, and they're just gonna like be
Milky
stomping
Ways
on Milky Ways.
Fire. What's like the top 5 off the top of your guys' head? Actually, you know what? This is a new one that maybe not everybody would know. The Bueno bars, I think is what they're called.
You're talking about the Kinder bars.
Yo, those are like
those are crack.
Tier.
Those are crack.
Those are fucking top tier. I don't give a shit what anybody says, but those are like newer, so we can't really like.
Yeah, well,
as far as like OG candy, you got like Hershey's, Snickers, Milky Way, Butterfinger,
Butterfinger,
Reese's, Milky Way, or Three Musketeers, like those, like the OGs. Twix are fire. I love Twix.
Twix are like cookie chocolate bars, right? It's got like cookie in it.
Yeah, cookie caramel chocolate.
Crunch. I fuck with Crunch, man.
Crunch is good. Crunch is an OG. That's an OG.
I feel like Crunch
bar.
fell off though, man. Like nobody cares about them anymore.
Yeah, they're still mixed in the bags though. Some of the bags.
Because
all that is like Babe Ruth or like
Baby Ruth. Baby Ruth is just like caramel and peanuts, right? It's like a caramel. Caramel, whatever you want to say it.
I don't fuck with that. I also just don't like the name. It makes me feel weird. Just gives me like the heebie-jeebies.
Makes me think of the Goonies. Baby Ruth.
I feel like Chris. I want to hear what Chris's take is on it because I feel like we'll have a similar take.
Oh man, he'd be with you. He doesn't like. Well, keep in mind he doesn't fucking have sauce on his tendies, so I'm sure he's like
regular M&Ms.
Well, me neither. That's what I mean. I think we'll have the same candy taste.
If you had to get rid of a candy and it has to be a major candy, like what would it be? I think regular M&Ms are trash.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah,
bye.
That's fair.
Go.
I can fully agree with that.
I could hands down never eat another M&M in my life.
Dude, there's been times
the peanut butter ones though.
Like back like peak pandemic when like I was fucking off and not caring what I eat. I remember we bought one of those family-sized shareable bags of peanut M&Ms, and I fucked that bag up, dude.
Yeah, but that's kind of getting less the
like
fucking
half
Reese's
that thing by myself.
And too, though, you know, chocolate peanut butter.
But there's different like Reese's. There's different types of Reese's, like the holiday ones. I feel like they have more peanut butter, and then the miniatures have less peanut butter, 100%. More chocolate. Like the ratios are different.
Right.
Yeah. Do you ever get the thins? Reese's Thins?
No, man. I'm not gonna.
I don't think they're that bad. I like them. They're a good little. You know?
Like if you're gonna eat candy, like just be a man and just eat the full size thing.
I almost think like the Thins have enough though. Like it's like a good blend of chocolate and peanut butter. It's not like the full where you got too much of one or the other.
So you think the ratio is better, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so you prefer them because of the ratio, because they're targeted at people who like have like a candy addiction but got to cut back, you know?
Right. Of course. Yeah.
But I guarantee you, they're just eating twice as much. Huh?
Gummies?
What about gummies? Like, which would you guys
sour gummy worms
get rid of? Like, get rid of the.
I would never get rid of them.
What would I get rid of if I had to get rid of gummies? Do Mike and Ike's count as a gummy? They're like a gelatin type thing. They're like a hard gel.
I mean, what else
Mike
would
and
you
Ike's, man? I don't know, man, but they suck. Dots and Mike and Ike's can fuck off, dude.
Yeah,
I don't like.
I'm done with dots.
All they do is get stuck in your teeth, and they barely taste like anything.
Dude, do you
Yeah.
guys remember Zot's candies? The ones that like fucking explode. That's like a sizzly. I don't know how to fucking explain it.
Yes.
It's like
What the hell?
Yes.
it's
I
like
don't
a
know.
powder
Yes.
that activates from our saliva, I guess, or maybe just
Yes.
liquid in general. And dude, it like explodes. It's fucked up sounding. I know.
Yes.
You know,
it like
but,
pops in your
dude,
mouth and shit. And those
Yeah.
commercials, I think, would go crazy. Or like whatever
Yeah.
kid like brought you those at school were like kind of
Right.
just like on one, like, hey man, I got
Dude.
this.
Yeah,
Got this
got
thing.
the crack, the fucking
Pop in your
crack.
mouth. Yeah. Like the
Dude,
joke.
those things are fire. They come in like they'd be like 5 and they came in many individual packets, but they were all still connected. So you'd get like
Yes.
a strip of 5.
Huh.
Dude,
would-
there's
I
so
would
many
have-
people probably on your TikTok. If you were to make that a TikTok, that would be like, dude, like we don't even know what Zots are.
I'm gonna look it up
shit's-
right
that's
now, 'cause
old
I-
fucking candy, dude.
Bro, it shut off again. I think it might be too hot.
Maybe
What's? Oh, I remember these.
you should just get a backup webcam for when this shit happens. Like get a
Oh, it
fucking
won't happen
Logitech
again.
like mine.
It won't happen
Oh,
again.
okay. Mommy, hi.
The camera will be dealt with after this podcast.
It's like I'm gonna take it out back and fucking
I'm gonna.
beat it.
You know what? I am gonna put a battery in it. Fuck, but I don't know where the batteries are at.
Yeah, might as well.
Batteries are like packed away. God damn it.
Oh shit. Oh, cause yeah, you were traveling.
Yeah, I didn't even get a
That's
chance to fully unpack yet because I had to fuck with my PC, my livelihood.
I did send over the zip file of the Party Punch.
which by the way,
Dude, sucks apparently. How do you make a cereal flavored fucking G Fuel and it's not good in milk?
and it doesn't really taste like
No.
cereal. It's like
How do you fuck that up?
it's like a blue punch flavor with like a cereal,
Uh-huh.
like a hint of like fruity cereal aftertaste.
Yeah.
But when you put it in milk, it's the punch. Like it like imagine putting fruit punch G Fuel in milk. Like that's what
Right.
it's like. It just
Ugh.
makes the milk taste like sour and bitter and just no. It did not work. Probably gonna go down as like the most disappointing flavor of the year.
Damn. What about that ocean one or like that
Ooh,
sand?
so-
They were like,
That comes out in April,
Oh,
but it's a,
Yo,
okay.
I sent that to Danny. I was like, "That's a great idea. I love
it's
that."
really
Because
cool.
I just seen Mr. Beast getting behind all that and doing a bunch of shit, advocating for that, which is
Yeah.
great. Because thank God, finally somebody's getting out there with a platform. Granted, the guy that I know, Juke Squad down here in Florida, has been doing the same thing. But like, let's clean up these fucking oceans, man. Like,
yeah, dude, save the turtles,
gotta
man.
get the shit done. Yep, and to keep us from having red tide over here in Florida, and keep
Yeah.
people from dumping toxic waste into our fucking shit.
I like how nobody's talking about that too.
Dude, because
Yeah.
there's just so much shit happening in this country, especially this
Yeah.
country. There's shit happening all over the world, of course, always. This
But-
country, man, is
Oh,
just like
Apparently, Ocean
million
Potion.
problems.
Ocean Potion's supposed to taste like a I think like a pineapple tropical gummy or something. So another gummy flavor.
okay.
I think it'll be the second gummy flavor. Because the only other one is Raging Gummy Fish.
Yeah.
And then like
Yeah.
I've been saying if I got my own flavor, I would want to
Oh,
do
Sonic,
sour gummy
Sonic
worms.
drinks.
That's true, but I don't really get a gummy taste from that.
Right.
It's more of just like peach juice with like a little bit of the sugar crystals in it. Is what it tastes like to me.
Right.
Because dude, there's a brand called Smart Sweets, which is like a healthier version of candy. They use like, well, I mean,
Oh yeah.
they use sugar alcohols instead of sugar, right?
Mhm.
And they have peach rings, and they're like they're the type of gummy that gets like stuck in your teeth, which normally I don't fuck with.
Shit drives me nuts.
Normally it drives me nuts, right? But it makes
Like
them
that
last
fake gelatin
longer, and it
Type
tastes
gummy.
kinda. It's unlike any other gummy I've ever had because it's not stuck in your teeth to the point where it's annoying.
Okay.
And I love the taste of them. Like I could, if somebody told me I had to pick one candy, and it had to be like a healthier candy, and that's all I could eat candy wise for the rest of my life, I'd pick those
Right.
hands down.
Well, we're gonna reach out to them. We're gonna send them an invoice since we just plugged them.
Smart Sweets, yeah.
We're
We
reaching
should,
out.
we should.
We need some brand deals, some
Yeah, we definitely-
sponsorships on the podcast.
Definitely
Which
got to
we are
reach
gonna be
out to
working
some
on.
things. Yeah. We're gonna like.
Also, I'm gonna be setting up a TikTok channel for our clips, so that way it's not always being posted on Danny's page, which we'll probably still utilize just because of the platform.
I could just send them to you, and like I could send it to you, and I mean we could.
I think you should do your like typical one, and then I'll just mix in different clips throughout the entire podcast. Because like I still think we should utilize your platform because you have 3.5 million fucking followers. I think that still should be utilized to some degree,
right?
To push the content, but then also tell them like, hey, we have a podcast clips TikTok as well.
Yeah,
and try to get more people.
One last thing before we go, because we gotta end it here. Are you guys playing COD Vanguard?
I didn't buy it. I don't think I will.
So
I mean,
I bought it. I will be playing it on Saturday after acting class. I'm gonna do like a 4 to 6 hour stream. I'm gonna give away some G Fuel, and
I think I'm gonna go watch that and base it off your opinion.
I'm gonna probably
other people's opinions as well.
I'll probably play a little bit of everything. Like I'll spend like maybe like an hour playing the campaign, a couple hours playing the multiplayer. I'll dabble.
Oh, this one does have a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, Cold War had a campaign.
Yeah.
And I thought it was. I thought it was pretty decent.
Say I do genuinely like enjoy the Call of Duty campaigns. I really do like them. I don't think there's really one that I haven't liked.
They make them very cinematic.
Right, which is what I love. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yep, it's a different experience for a shooter campaign.
Yeah,
that's for sure. And they do really, really good with it.
So I guess
I just don't see myself like diving into it. So I'm really going off of your opinion on this one. So like if you really like it, you see yourself like really playing it regularly. That's probably what'll.
My expectations are low. So
yeah.
I feel like also like no matter what, like we're always gonna have to spend like $60 on any Call of Duty anyway. Because like even like 5 months from now, normally they don't drop. They might do like a little bit of a holiday sale or whatever, but normally Call of Duty does not drop unless it tanks. Like Ghost, I think Ghost was like terrible. It was like $20 within a few months.
I actually enjoyed that game.
Most of the time, call it. It's the worst.
I never played it.
I had fun
Other
with
than
it.
fucking the space one, which I never even bought. That was the first Call of Duty I never bought.
That actually has. I think Infinite Warfare has one of the most underrated like campaigns ever, dude. It was really good.
See, that's the only reason I would buy that game. Obviously, at this point now, nobody's probably playing the multiplayer.
They probably still charge $60 for that shit, though, man. It's
Infinite Warfare, you can get that for like $10, $5 maybe
on Steam,
like eBay and shit. Oh, maybe not Steam.
If you could definitely get a physical copy.
Oh yeah,
but I would get it for $5. Everything's going digital, man. I was listening to these guys talk about how Blu-rays and stuff like that are being phased out. Like the people just aren't buying physical media, and like I
love collecting physical shit though. I don't know why.
There's
stupid,
certain
but it's
things,
like I like it.
Like Dune, I'm definitely gonna get Dune on 4K. You know.
Yep. Yep. And like the Harry Potter collection set that I have, and like fucking the Halloween set, and like I love collecting like that kind of shit, and just having it in my collection. But it's like I do the same. I still buy physical copies of CDs.
Yeah,
I love CDs. I love having that. I don't know why.
With these streaming services,
I buy vinyls too. Still,
vinyls are dope. But with these streaming services, they would rather invest the money into like the actual content itself than like investing money for physical media, hoping to make a profit. Man. Yeah,
it's expensive. You got to create a whole. Well, most of the time it's like no, actually it's not every time. It's like the movie poster. Sometimes they do change it up and but you got to make the cover, the art. You got to pay somebody to do that. Then you got to do all the shit in the back. Then you have to have the cases, the actual disc. You have to burn the cover onto the disc because the disc comes plain.
Yeah,
you got to do the artwork on them. Yeah, there's a lot to do in Blu-rays.
My camera's just done, bro.
Yeah, just done for it.
I think it's gonna become like you're only gonna be able to get them online. Like stores are just gonna stop selling them because they don't want to. They don't want to.
Yep. Less inventory for them too. I mean, shit. Think about like Walmarts and shit. They got that shit in bins. They got that shit on the walls.
Oh my god, the $5 Blu-ray bin.
I've got so many Blu-rays from that $5 bin, bro.
But there's so much garbage that you have to sort through to find the good ones.
Sure, but you find some gems in there, man.
Like there's some
oh,
stuff that
man.
they like. There's movies in there they can't even give away for free. That's how bad they are, dude.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But,
Yeah.
all right, let's
That's wild,
let's call it because I need to stream and
Alright.
I need to let my freaking camera cool off, I guess. So,
Excuse me. Apparently.
but Genie, I don't know if you want this Go XLR Mini still. If not, I'm just gonna sell it on like Leco or something.
I'm probably gonna stick with my. I think what I want to experiment with for now is just having my mic at a right spot, and then I don't know. I don't want to make you wait, so you're probably best selling it.
How much would you sell it for?
Probably like $100.
How much do they go for normally?
I think like 160 before like taxes and shipping or something.
Right. Well, I might take you up on that. I was thinking about getting one. Just I only really want the mini anyway. I don't need all the fancy gizmos.
Okay.
For the other one. So I will we'll talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll talk about hopefully Dune, Call of Duty, and some other fun
I'm gonna
stuff.
watch Dune this week for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Next week.
Yep.
See you guys
Sounds good.
later.
I'll
See you guys.